Okay, very quickly before I get ready to go, because we are going to get a few appliances for the house. I was thinking about this a few days ago. Actually, God dealt with me about that years ago. Buying favor from God, which there is no such thing. But the the last few churches that I've been a part of, and I know a lot of you know too about this prosperity preaching, right? So God got me away from that years ago. Actually, when we first moved here, God got me away from that. So I was watching this just and I know with God nothing is happenstance. Nothing happens by accident. So left the TV on and woke up to this guy. I don't know what his name is, but this prosperity guy, he wants you to sow a 49 or $50, whatever amount of seed he wanted you to sow every month for 12 months in order to receive what it is you were believing God for. So of course they name off things, and something's gonna fall in your lap. It don't take a genius to understand that if they keep naming off things that everyday people go through, something's gonna hit you. So something he named fell in my lap, something that I was believing God for. So I began to pray. I said, God, it's you said it's by faith and not by finances. You said all things are possible by faith. Faith makes things possible. Now, I am a giver. I believe in giving. I believe in giving to organizations and ministries that's really out here doing the work, that's helping the widow, that's helping the orphan, that's helping the homeless, that's feeding the hungry. I believe it with all my heart. But what I don't believe in is trying to pay for a miracle or pay for a blessing when my Bible tells me different. Nowhere in the Bible does it says if you want a blessing from the Lord, or you want a miracle from God, put your finances to work. By finances, it'll be by finances. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I was so indoctrinated into that. And God was trying to break me from it years ago before we moved to where we are now. I saw an older guy on my way to some kind of church function. And I saw an older guy sitting I was getting my car washed, and the older guy was sitting where the vacuums are. So Holy Spirit said, go and talk to him. But because I was being busy and had to get to the church function, I decided, okay, I'm going to write a check. Or no, at that time, cash. I was like, okay, I told my son, okay, give him this $30. And my son came back. He was like, Mom, he said he doesn't want your money. I was like, oh, and that kind of shook me. I'm like, wait a minute. Because in the church, and it's, you don't have to be fully committed as long as your check is right. You don't even have to live right as long as your check is right, as long as what you're giving is right. So that piqued my interest, and I got out the car. Where we was going through that little drive-through thing. So the guy was tiling down the car, whatever. So I got out. And I went to talk to him. And I mean, one of the best conversations I ever had. And he said, I don't need money or anything. I just come out here and sit because I get lonely at times. He lived in the apartments across where the car wash was, like right in front of some apartments. He said he just goes out there to sit because he gets lonely. Now, because of my indoctrination of thinking cash solves everything, money is the ultimate problem solver, I would have missed having that awesome conversation with this awesome older gentleman. So, of course, I go to the meeting that I was headed to, and, sow your seed. That was all you heard, sow your seed. It was nothing about living right. It was nothing about helping the homeless, helping the hurting, helping the poor. It was all about pouring finances into these religious institutions. So I'm at a place now where I put my faith to work. Now I still give. I am a giver. I believe in giving, like I said. But I don't just believe in giving to a religious institution. If I see somebody on the street, that's struggling. I'm going to stop by and I'm going to see what I can do to help. One pastor told me shortly after I moved here, if you see somebody on the street struggling and you got money set aside that you know supposed to go to God, and you give your money to that person, then you wrong. You out of order. You out of line. And I'm like, that don't jive well with me. Because if now, you know, some preachers will tell you the New Testament don't mention nothing about tithes. You a lie. Matthew 23 does mention tithes. It does, and you can go read it for yourself. It does mention that, and Jesus said, if you see, if your family, your parents are in need, and you tell them you can't help them because you got to take this money to give it to the, you know, give it to God, then you're wrong. Read it for yourself. Read all the translations of Matthew 23. So that bothered me. I'm like, so this man is telling me I cannot help somebody that's in need because I got to bring the money to him. So are you going to help the person with the money that I bring to you? How is the person that's in need going to be helped if I pass them by to bring what you say I owe you to you? That didn't jive well with me. So I'm always going to help people that I see in need. If you know, whatever I can do. And it's not just finances. It doesn't just have to be about finances. Sometimes, like that lonely older man, sometimes people just want somebody to converse with. They want to know that somebody cares. And I was so, you know, I just felt like write a check, give cash, write a check, give cash. And to me, that made me, okay, well, you know, I don't have to live up to a certain state, you know, even though I wasn't the type that was out there doing anything and living any kind of way, but being that they just preach finances, and not always righteous living, you can be lulled into a comfort of, well, as long as I'm giving money, I'm all right. You know, I ain't got to stop by and help that person I see struggling. I done wrote a check to the church. I'm good. You know, let the church handle it, but the church is not handling it. That's the problem. They're not handling it. If you see somebody hungry, it's up to you to help them. If you see somebody struggling, you know, help them. Do what you can. I saw a young lady last week carrying a heavy car seat. I was coming from the grocery and she was struggling. So I was like, where are you going with that baby in that big car seat? Where are you going? Ma'am, I'm trying to get my baby to daycare and I'm trying to get to work. A lady gave me some money, but that ain't gonna help me with this, with my baby and help me to get to work. So I told her, you know, put the baby in the back and come on, get in, and I'm gonna take you to your baby's daycare, and then I'm gonna take you to work, which I did. You know, so throwing money at people don't solve issues all the time. And sowing seeds, talking about, you know, if you sow it, you will grow, whatever it is. You know, now we know that the Bible talks about seed time and harvest, but you can plant seed into people. It don't automatically have to, go to a religious organization, because what are you doing with the money? How are you helping the people? That's my question. I put my faith in God and not man. Even the Bible tells you don't put your confidence in man. Now, you know, we know ministry is not free. Those people have rent to pay. They have electricity to pay. They have things to pay. So I'm a proponent of doing that. But don't tell me I can't help nobody else because everything I got to go to you. The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie on their part. I'm going to help people and do what I can and let God handle you and whatever you think I owe you. So I just want to admonish you, help those that God put on your path to help. Help people when you can. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. That was just something I had to get off my chest. God bless you.